Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through!
Great Scott, Marty. If my calculations are correct, when this baby hits 88 miles per hour, we're gonna see something serious and fumble through.
Fumble through.
21 gigawatts!
A podcast that likes to make like a tree and get out of here. That's one of my favourite quotes from that movie. Hello, heralds of hill giants. I hope hearty hijinks are awaiting you on this wonderful day.
Take a breath, mate. Come on.
For once,
Halitosis is bad.
I've been eating garlic. For once, I am not tired and grumpy, but I'm sure that's all going to change in a few moments when I ask, how are you, my friends?
You have some of mine tired and grumpy.
Yeah. How are we all today?
You good?
Good. Yep.
Yeah. We should record on weekends more often.
Cranky.
This is the inverse of Brett. It's the cranky Brett.
Well, see, I end up,
comes out.
my family do bugger all day, get to 5 o'clock, and then realise, oh, shit, we've got to get ready for the week. Let's go shopping real quick. Oh, let's wash the school uniforms. Oh, let's figure out what we're going to do this week because Brett's away 3 nights. Oh, no.
Yep.
And so
why are you taking a night out when you're away 3 nights to go and do something? That's not a real job.
Yeah.
You need to put the time in, Brett.
It was. I think the conversation was, well, I don't know how you expected this to work.
Successfully.
Well, and I was like, well, I just had to tell you that this is what I was doing so you could plan.
Mm-hmm.
But
Is this the
anyway.
National Lollipop Convention?
I'm the sucker.
Yep. Everyone's going out to blow their whistles. Who was the cross person at the Lollipop Convention?
What?
Like, if they have to cross the road,
Oh,
what
yeah.
happens?
If everyone's at the convention, who's getting them there?
Are they?
No. What happens at the convention if there's a road crossing that needs to
It's
happen
an
of
underpass. It's an underpass.
conventioneers? Like, do you all?
Do you even have those here?
Yeah. Do you all rush?
Pedestrian ones.
Mainly overpasses here rather than
Yeah.
underpasses.
Do you all rush for the lollipop sign, or does
No.
everyone be like, no, not my jurisdiction, not my jurisdiction?
Everyone's got-
After you.
After you.
Doctor.
And everyone's just waits casually by the side for somebody. It's like, oh,
As
it'd
soon
be
as-
polite to pass.
As soon as one person grabs that sign, everyone else stops.
You got to lollipop this side. The mayor's on my ass. The mayor's been talking. What's the lollipop convener called?
I think they.
This is where's the chief Scott, the deputy.
I think they're all part of the Lollipop Guild.
We represent the lollipop. Anyway, Lindsay, I know for once you have been busy on the socials. I've noticed that you've been posting things. I've seen
been
the
doing some
stuff that
things.
you've been doing. What is a challenge that we can get into? I think Luke needs some kind of motivation to actually participate.
In what? Sorry, your
Life.
OnlyFans? No,
Life.
thank you.
Well, unbeknownst to you,
That's a paywall.
A challenge. I don't know.
I think you should issue us with a challenge.
Right. Well, I know Luke is going overseas soon, so I would like to see a whole heap of fun geek related
Geek related.
England picks. Yeah.
Too easy.
You understand without giving him
Pix
a
or
time
Vince?
frame. Like if you said by next Friday, or by the next time we record, I need you to have done this. Now that you've thrown it open and given him carte blanche to do it, he's never doing it.
I will. No. So do you want videos or pics?
Hollow.
Both.
Hollow
Yep, okay.
promises.
No, whatever you find.
Anything geeky.
Yeah.
Like if I'm playing a game over there, I go into a store.
Yep. You see a police box.
This is...
You know.
Police. Oh yeah. Like the old blue ones.
No,
Oh, shut up.
these promises are as hollow as Brett spending time with his family today.
As my stomach has ever eaten. Hey, Luke, I've got a challenge for you.
Oh, go. Hang on a minute.
It's
Can we text them to me because I'll forget them?
It's in the picture vein.
Yeah.
I want you to find as many Richards as you can while you're overseas and send me as many pick dicks as you can.
There's loads of dicks over there. Yeah.
What, like statues and stuff? Or just Cliff Richard?
You're on the edge.
See as many sausage fingers as I can get.
No, that was Aerosmith. Living on the edge. Not Cliff Richard. Anyway, that's a bad joke. Anyway, let's cut the nonsense and get straight to the dicey question.
That was so
They
well.
always are.
I'm
That went so
embarrassed.
well.
Yeah. So this week we are going to continue our class of role-playing Spotlight.
Ain't no
and
class
I'm
in
gonna
this
ask
room.
the question, what are you looking for in a druid?
Oh.
And not the bloodhound gag, you know what I really wanted a girl? Me.
I really thought he was going to say monk. I was like, I've got this, guys.
You're going to make it a
Stand
druid
down.
monk. And there. All right, what are the keys? What are the beats? Of the
I think the best thing about a druid is the fact that they can grow claws and fangs. So when they multi-class as a monk,
they have natural weapons to attack with.
sorry, Luke, I beat you to it.
You're right. I don't actually know much about the druid.
I've
class.
never played a druid.
It's shapeshift, can't they?
Yes.
At level, and it's not very effective early. Depending on the system, I think in D&D 5e,
They're fucking amazing straight away.
yeah. The limit is no swimming, no flying creatures.
I thought that they changed all that. I thought that the erratas changed it
What,
so
so
that
they can swim and fly?
so that it was a normal thing.
No, you get all the stats of the animal as soon as you change to the animal.
I thought that got changed. Oh, okay.
But if your stats are better, you get
Did
to
that
keep
get
your
changed,
stats.
Lindsay?
Really?
Not as
Yeah.
far as I've heard.
What?
Yeah.
So you're a mosquito with a strength 15 and coming in like a rocket.
What, you get the... I got to read this up. I know that I'm creating a character at the moment, and
Here we go. Yeah.
I have chosen Druid because I've never played one before, and I have as yet. I've only looked at level 1, so I can't shapeshift anyway.
Yeah, they are pretty broken as
level
far
2
as
is
playing them.
shapeshifting, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
at 5e,
Yeah.
there's a class that's broken. It's not barbarian, that's for sure.
Because whenever you
Oh no, it's broken. Just it's actually broken.
with the druid in 5e, when you lose all your health in whatever form you're in,
Yeah.
you revert back, but none of the damage carries over.
What?
Wow.
So you
What?
basically can go something very tanky, soak up a lot of damage, go back, your full health, change again next turn.
Oh,
Yeah.
party of druids.
Yeah, but you still only have limited amounts of
Yeah.
shapes and time and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
it's by the hour for the shapeshift.
There's,
Yeah.
Whoa. Oh, no, I think Pathfinder's by the hour as well, isn't it?
I don't
I
know.
don't think it's rounds.
I don't know.
Maybe it's 10 minutes per
don't
level
know.
or something.
So for me, Druid isn't that dissimilar to Ranger, except it's more animal centric. You'd want to summon more animals, be more animalistic, and use more spells.
Mm-hmm.
You could be the tank, you go up front and kind of own it up front and then shapeshift into a bear or something and go rank. But I've never found the animals beneficial.
Mm-mm.
So I've always tended to stand back and cast spells.
You're right there, Brett. You seem to be having a heart attack or something.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like druids are kind of, this might just be the way I play them, but they feel very utilitarian. That's not the right word, is it?
No.
I'm
sorry.
interested. Keep
Yeah,
going.
okay, yeah.
Tell us
Like,
what
they're
you
all
mean.
about, like, they're to me, we spoke recently about, was it rogues having little bit of everything? Whereas, you know, a druid seems to me to be like they have the random, their spells and stuff seem to be able to be changed to be something that you can use for different, you know, spare of the moment sort of things.
You got it right. That's utilitarian.
Sorry, I just loved. I'm pretty sure you did exactly the same as Brett.
What's that?
Looked up what utilitarian was on your phone.
I just wanted to say this
I
line.
went to do it. I was like, no. I think there are people at this table who've got this covered.
Always. You got it right. They're the multi-tool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was the word though? Because
Utilitarian.
I think
Totalitarian, I think.
Designed to be useful or practical rather than attractive.
like me.
But yeah,
on both
except for
fronts.
the usefulness. Which is there. What about you, Luke?
Here's my response.
You've got 3 spiders.
The crickets. No, it's the crickets in the background. I've actually never looked into a druid class. I couldn't even tell you what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Out of all the classes, no idea.
So
Other than shape-shifting.
I was kind of the same as you going into this. So what I do when I don't know anything, I go to the modern version of Wikipedia, which is ChatGPT. And I have taken some excerpts from what ChatGPT
Just in case I didn't know. That's fantastic,
told
Justin.
me.
Did you
What
ask
it
her to
was.
summarize it in 25 words or
I
less?
did not, and I should have because it took a long time. It's it does use a lot of words,
Verbose.
ChatGPT. Yeah. So, where is it?
If it-
ChatGPT describes it as the following. In
Utilitarian.
Dungeons and Dragons, the Druid is a versatile spellcaster and nature-oriented class that draws power from the natural world. Druids are often depicted as the guardians of the environment, deeply connected to the forces of nature and possessing the ability to shapeshift. So they are unique spellcasters that focus on nature-based spells. They can wild shape. They have their own druidic language. Now, that's something that I think is unique to them.
Me brother.
They have nature's resilience, so they can often move or do something in certain environments that other characters can't. I think rangers get something similar to that as well. And then I think this is a 5e thing, is that they join druid circles, and those druid circles are connected to some of their class features and stuff. But for me, I would say that the druid is one of the most versatile spellcasters in the whole game.
Really?
Because the druid can cast, while they are clerical spells, divine spells, they cast spells that are offensive more than clerics do, and they can really pack a punch when they need to.
So once you stay up to certain levels, they start really throwing down with spells.
They can heal, they can control a battlefield, they can use elemental magic.
They can heal?
Yeah.
Or are we talking they can heal like a bard can heal?
No.
Or they can heal like an actual healer?
They can...
Or can they heal like Reggie?
They can use... you can create a healer.
I healed that halfling 18 points in the face earlier.
Negative 18. I think you're right, though. You can create a druid to be whatever you need it to be in the party. It can be the spac filler that does a bunch of jobs when the party's got a bunch of holes in it.
Sorry, spac?
You've not heard spac filler?
I've never heard of a spac.
Right, spac filler is an Australian brand of gap fill.
Oh, okay.
Stuff.
Okay.
It's like space filler.
Yeah. Like
but
polyfiller kind of thing.
Yeah, take the E out of space and you have spac filler.
Cool. Thank you. It's
Yeah.
always an education with you guys.
Yeah.
You wipe it off with a Kleenex and then you get your Hoover out.
I was going to say it sounded far more nefarious than it was.
At some point.
Yeah.
So
No, I think that can be anything. And you can kind of shape them as you need to. So they can tank, they can cast, they can battlefield control, they can heal. I don't know that they heal as good as you want them to. Like if they're the soul healer, not great, but they could do what we talked about for clerics and send animals in and summon animals or control animals to get in there. So, they can absorb damage in other ways, which is good.
I like this segment because it's really opening my eyes to classes that I've never considered playing
Well,
before.
this was the whole purpose of it, maybe to give a little bit of education. Sometimes I like to teach the world.
I'll probably still go monk though. But
What I'm hearing
probably.
is anytime healing comes up, that I've decided I don't really want to ever heal for this group again.
well, you never did anyway.
Fucking hell.
Check.
Bring on me.
That was like watching the door get opened to like the moment where the dragon shows the chink in the armor,
deleting my-
the scale that's missing above the heart, and just went, you're not going to go straight for this.
You pointed the Nerf gun at your nuts.
And pulled the
I'm
trigger.
just going to, that cleric I sent you, get rid of it. I'm going to do a paladin that uses guns to smite.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
you
my
do
next
a
backup
paladin
character.
without healing, you're
Nerf
not
guns.
going to help yourself.
Paladin gun with smite. That's my next
You're
character.
not going to help yourself. Yeah. Look, the other thing I would say about a druid is something we spoke about last week when we talked about the rogue character. Druids, in my mind, this is the one thing that I would think about a druid. They are the ultimate scout. So the druid should be the character, like maybe not an
Turns into a
internal
hawk and
dungeon,
off you
but
go.
yes,
Yeah.
doing the overlay of the land, floating up, telling you where people are, being Overwatch. If you've got the right type of druid, turning into a bug, flying up forwards.
Can you
and,
turn into swarms?
and I don't think you can do maybe there is probably a druid that can turn
Yeah,
into swarms.
Druid of the Swarm.
So
It's a thing.
5e or is that Pathfinder?
No, it's an actual Pathfinder thing.
You think there might be maybe? Yeah, do it as well.
I wonder if there's one that, yep, druid of the swamp. Okay, that says it all.
Could you?
Says it all.
Yeah, I
No,
think-
but he could control swarms.
yeah,
Didn't he turn into
He was a
rats?
swarm druid. Yeah, you're right. I built that.
We know our game, people.
It's a long time ago. I'm soiled by 5th edition in my mind. It's
That's 'cause
ruined.
5th
And
edition
you know what I'm
soils
also
everything.
doing at the moment? Because we are at the cusp of some crossroads of the future of role playing.
The cusp of some crossroads.
Yeah, the cusp
Oh
of
my
crossroads.
goodness.
We're not at the crossroad yet.
Oh, right.
We're
We're on
almost
the
there.
edge of the crossroad.
No, we're burgeoning onto the.
We're at the giveaway side of the crossroads.
No, we're before the crossroads.
We're at the lollipop
The
lady.
crossroads are in sight, and we're headed to them at 100k an hour. But if that 100k is sometime next year when the next version of Dungeons and Dragons arrives, because there are so many different versions. Because right now in my life, I'm looking at Pathfinder 2 because I want to have a look and see what that game system's like. We've got a new D&D that we don't really know, but they're saying it's a forever D&D. So this system is supposed to be the forever D&D, like the D20, the new version of whatever D20 is.
It could last 5 years.
It could, yeah, yeah, and it's supposed to be okay with. I don't know how they're going to do it, and I've stayed away from it, so I can't really be.
Hang on, it's supposed to be compatible with the current campaign.
Oh, I don't know. This is what I've heard some stuff, but every time it's on, I'm like, I'm just going to wait because there's so many times versions have come out and play tests and people have read the wrong stuff and they've made some aspersions, and then you wait. Like what happened with 4th edition? I waited, it came out and it was trash. It was trash. It was a computer game in a fucking booklet. And
then they made 5e.
But there are so many things. You and I, Luke, the other night were talking about Starfinder.
Yes.
So, because we've never really, we played a couple of games of Starfinder, but I invested in some of those books and I'd really like to play those books.
The world building in that is just phenomenal.
Yeah, I'd really like to use
races.
that system.
Yeah.
All the background, it's just so huge. I love it.
But then they missed the mark in my view, by not actually melding it with Pathfinder 2nd edition. Like, had they actually made those rule sets actually intertwined with each other, it would have been so much more successful. No, somewhat, but
we could
no,
do it,
that
couldn't
you can't take one, like you can't go from Starfinder transport into Pathfinder 2 and it's exactly the same, because Pathfinder 2's got a little bit more going. The turn system's very different. So, but yeah, I think they missed that mark, and I think that's what Spelljammer was doing in 5th edition, but I haven't looked at those yet. And stuff. Lindsay's done. He's working out.
I was going to say, is he still with us?
He's checked out. He's looking at it. He's building
He's
it.
now ways to kill Luke on his paper.
No, I'm just thinking of broken healing classes that shouldn't work now. I've got Spell Slinger Wizard,
anything Lindsay's
so I
played.
can shoot to
Why
heal.
are you not? He's just lowering the branches for you to pick the fruit off them.
And then I got the Healing Grenade Alchemist.
Yeah.
That's Flopsy, isn't it?
Yeah, but he doesn't heal.
He could.
He could.
Nah.
But I do like the Spell Slinger Wizard.
I like
with
the
healing bullets.
Paladin smiting guns. I like that. It gets a sniper one, range, just all the way at the back. Smite the... The guy from Saving Private Ryan, it says the prayer before he shoot. Have I got the right movie?
I don't know. I don't recall that from Saving Private Ryan. I think there was a lot of people that were praying in that movie.
No, there's a sharpshooter in that, and he's guy. Yeah, anyway. I know what I'm talking about.
That makes one of us.
Are you sure?
I'm
That's
sure
not
it's Saving,
enemy at the gate.
No, I'm sure it's Saving Private Ryan.
Okay. All right. I don't know. I'm unfamiliar. Anyway, let's get back to the Siege of a Serpent. So we guys, we've met. So just so you know, these Pathfinder Society games are designed for short one night kind of moments. This one, not so much. It's a bit longer. Like you're supposed to do this in a full day or whatever. But my goodness, it has taken us we started this 2 years ago, didn't we? No, 4 years ago? A decade ago.
You started this episode 2 years ago.
Oh, wow. Wow. Brett's, yeah, good. Okay. Looking forward to
I think
that.
Justin's
attitude.
seen what it's like working with him all the time.
Yeah. It's joyous. So, Siege of Serpents, we're back. Who wants to do the recap? I miss JR's recaps of our
JR's
stories.
recaps were very good.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have killed him then.
I didn't. He did it to himself.
12 kids left behind there. Burnt husky, like the
Did you add 2 more? There are only 10.
These are the halflings.
He's covering some murders.
Flopsy felt left out, so he popped outside and Chris stopped a couple of people and dragged him in.
Dragged some halfling children in.
He likes good round numbers.
10
Baker's
kids
dozen.
out there, plus old mate South African Aldous, whatever his name is, saying his last rites over them, having a little moment while we're getting sent to the
Ambersvelsen.
right, and we're going to the main area to finish this thing off.
Yeah, so where we left it, you had heard a siren call, kind of like the broken the klaxons that would have gone out, calling all pathfinders maybe to return to a holding area, an area where people who are still walking and capable can gather onto the grounds just outside of Skyreach, the large pinnacle that's in the center of these grounds, the big spire that moves upwards. You start gathering in this area, and it's this point where you start looking around and noticing the toll that this battle has taken upon all of the. I was about to call them Skylanders then, but they're not Skylanders. On the Pathfinders. The Pathfinders that you see around you are beaten and battered. They have been through some wars. Each of them, yourselves included, have obviously faced some combatants that have taken tolls out of them, that have obviously taxed their abilities, and some of them haven't really gotten through it as much. So the healing tents, the areas that you have helped to supply, quite full, and people are being triaged and put in order of necessity for the medics to be seen. It's very interesting that nobody's calling for a medic from your group at this point because they know it's useless. Again, I was just back. Sorry, was that crickets? Wow.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway, so the
Tough crowd.
Yeah, really tough crowd. We're moving forwards. So you guys start gathering up with the meager bunch of Pathfinders that are left out of the whole crew. Many people are still fighting or cleaning up, but whoever heard the call has come here. Marcus Farabellus, the person who opens this very what would you call it? The party, the convocation.
I think is the word you were using.
Well, it's called a convocation, and it's also a convocation. So,
So I'd call it a convocation then.
yeah. And he called wheels have fallen off. Maybe we shouldn't do this on a non-work day.
No, this is great.
So Marcus Farabellus calls for silence. Pathfinders, we've determined that the nature of the threat which confronts us. As many of you have already ascertained, the number of Aspis Consortium agents remained trapped in the Hao Jin Tapestry after we captured it and sealed them by the back door. What is so funny there? That man, somebody talk to him. To our surprise and regret, there remained a means to communicate with the outside world, and the serpents have been conspiring. This raid is comprised of 2 different consortium groups coordinating in a 2-pronged attack. They are aided by creatures from within the tapestry, whom they have deceived about our goals and intentions. At this time, we are unsure about what is making Skyreach's tower hover, but we know for certain that somebody has activated the Hao Jin Tapestry. Normally, the Master of Spells, Aram Zay, would be the one to troubleshoot this kind of problem. He holds the knowledge of this in his mind, even though the Decemvirate has asked him to make notes. But he is nowhere to be found. We don't have time to wait for him, and he may be in grave danger. I'm setting you in as search parties and giving you temporary clearance to travel into the restricted sections of lower and middle Skyreach. Check on the Sky Key and the archives while you are there. Zay may have left notes around that could tell us how to shut down the tapestry. We must act with utmost haste. I believe the consortium's plan has backfired on them, but there's no telling how long before they regroup or, worse still, somehow, make the situation worse. Check on the tapestry itself. Aramzay was headed there last he was seen. We need him or his notes to shut that thing down and make sure the sky key is safe. Good luck, Pathfinders. May your gods be with you. And with that, he moves off and he starts to talk to smaller groups, gathering people, and he eventually gets to your group and he says, Godspeed. Find what you can. Report anything.
Sir, before you go, we are actually not members of Pathfinder Society. I assume if this goes well, we'll find ourselves engraced into your fine establishment.
This is probably not the time to talk about this, man. There's a lot at stake here. See me afterwards. You are here, aren't you? Means you are Pathfinders at heart. That must count for something.
Just to clarify, Aramzay, no notes. Try and find him awesome notes. Get the sky key. Somehow Skyreach is hovering. What the hell?
Find out about the tapestry. We must shut it. This is where this Aspis Consortium people are coming from.
What is this tapestry?
It is an extra-dimensional place.
Ooh.
You don't say.
You've come to the right place. We've got plenty of experience with extra-dimensional places.
Good.
Your mum?
Cheerio, then.
So hang on, where are we going? The tapestry or the trappistry?
I knew you picked it up. I fucking knew you picked it up. As soon as I said it, I was like, fuck. Fuck this. So, yes, you start asking around, I guess, a part of what is the Hao Jin tapestry.
Yeah.
I think we have spoken about this before in the show, but to give you guys a reminder as players, it's an artifact that was created centuries ago by a Tian sorceress called Hao Jin. It's probably pronounced a little more, but I'm not doing that accent. But what it is a gateway to a demi-plane of the same name and home to numerous different locations and environments. So it looks really like a seemingly mundane wall hanging, but you can actually, it is a connection and a doorway into a demi-plane or another plane of existence.
This is nothing to do with our Black Ross tapestry. Right?
The black tapestry could do. It may be that there are several tapestries cut from the same cloth, as it were, allowing access to
Touché.
I'm loving recording on a Sunday.
Yeah.
This is great.
many different extra-dimensional spaces.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I guess some of the findings that you guys know is that the preservation magic in this tapestry is starting to fade. So that's why the Pathfinders have taken it, and they've discovered some back doors into it so that they can transport themselves from one place to another pretty quickly between Pathfinder lodges. But they take time to create and maintain. But it's no substitute for true teleportation magic. And
even teleportation is tricky at best. Sometimes you can end up miles away from your origin point.
That's correct. And the Aspis Consortium obviously has found one of these back doors and gotten eaten. So there is a story there that you're probably unaware of that has been alluded to.
So what I'm hearing is there's an extra dimensional space in someone's back door.
So, let's go then.
Mm-hmm. So you start moving into Skyreach. So Skyreach is a large tower that is the central part of this. But the section that you're going into is the lower section, which is not the hovering.
We've been secured for mid, but never high.
Yeah, so lower and mid areas, but it is still quite large, and much like moving around the grounds, you can go between places, but the idea is that they want you to clear it out, search room to room, and really make sure. So it takes about 10 minutes maybe to get from floors to section to section for that. So,
Gotcha.
the first thing that he says to you, is around saying, make sure the tapestry is safe.
Right, but there's many groups. Are you allocating sections of Skyreach? How do you want to handle this? What's the
Yeah, he's heading. Basically, he says, "Search what you can."
Right.
Between all of you, there's so few of you, and the
Oh.
tower is so large
Ah.
that it's going to take a long time.
Do we
for
know
you to
roughly
get
where
there.
the tapestry is meant
So
to be?
yeah, he says it's one of the lower
Right.
areas. So it's one of the areas
And
that
that
you'll
needs to
have
be
to get
secured
through first. Yeah. So they're
Right then.
worried. They're worried about the tapestry.
And we enter
itself.
at lower or we enter at mid?
You enter at lower
Okay.
as a tower.
Got
would.
it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's underground, if lower's a basement level.
I love you guys.
Here.
Hey,
There's a quick
this
picture.
is the shit that would get us in trouble.
I'm an idiot, and I just love the fact that you guys still say stuff that is surprisingly idiotic. But there we go.
This is the shit that would get us unstuck.
Well, I have a mechanical question
Yes.
about wands of monster summoning.
Mhm.
So I have a wand of monster summoning.
Mhm.
It's not Viagra, mate. Don't worry.
How you just made this really awkward to ask. How. If it's a very useless wand at the moment because only the creature I summon, it takes a full round to use,
Yeah.
and the creature I summon only lasts for one turn.
Mhm.
One whole round.
Yes,
Same time as you summoned it, it'll last.
yes.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, like, the animals on it are a bit weird. Like a riding horse isn't going to do me much good if it only lasts a round. But can I, does it come out? Does the animal shoot out of the wand?
Have you looked at the spell
Yes.
of summon creature?
Is there a range?
Because there is a short range. I believe it's within 30 feet of you, but all you're doing is calling a creature from a different.
It says
plane.
it appears where I designate it.
Yes.
Yeah. So you could summon a creature in flanking with Little Reg and get that high double-digit
What I'm
I
gonna
damage.
didn't know it's flanking now. It just appears from another plane. Like, what the hell?
I want to know if I can shove the wand in someone's mouth and then summon a horse.
No.
That would have been amazing.
No. So
Seriously,
it has a range
You should have
of
done that off mic. You
it
get
has
an
a-
idea like that again, do it off mic, and then we'll do it in game because that would have been amazing.
It has a range of 30 feet on
There-
it.
there
So
is a
it has to
rada-
be an open
Yeah.
place.
There's
that
a
you
rada
would be
that
able
says you can't do that and you can't summon a whale above someone's head.
Yeah. So you
But
can't.
that's bullshit.
You
I'm
can't-
sorry. The whale above someone's head is legit.
So you
That is
can't-
legit, right?
You can't summon an elephant above 30
Why
feet in the
not?
sky and make it drop down. It just doesn't
that's
work
just
that way.
not. No, but just pulling a creature in from an extra dimensional plane is fine. You just can't do it above somebody's head.
Well, the creature-
because that's
The
unrealistic.
creature refuses to come at
The
that
creature
point.
comes willingly, and if you try and put it in that space, then it won't come. That's having summoned lots of creatures with a character before,
So-
you have to put it in a place
The,
that
li-
it
the
finds
line,
you. Yeah.
the line in it is creatures cannot be summoned into an environment that cannot support.
Oh, so
them.
they're not going to really.
So because it cannot fly, you cannot summon it into that environment.
So in this spell, what we're seeing is you cast a spell, and then something in an extra dimensional plane gets visited by somebody and goes, "Would you like to come over to this place for just a couple of seconds, please?" Under these circumstances.
Mhm.
Okay. So the idea
Just 6
is.
seconds.
Yeah, there's a maitre d.
yeah,
So
concierge.
they're all in a line. I believe it's your
So
turn.
what you're saying is when I
believe
try to
it's your
summon a
turn.
monster when I summon a monster next time to trigger a trap that we know is there,
Nice.
act like we don't know there's a trap
Yeah, we
there.
haven't searched for traps at that point.
Yeah.
We just stop
Yeah.
you.
Well,
It's a hypothesis at that point.
is it the environment in which it lives? Because if you summon it onto the ground and say run that way, it certainly can. So because that's the environment in which it lives. Anyway, so what are you guys going to do first?
Through the door.
Okay, so you start moving through the area of.
We're all
Sky
healed
Ridge.
up, right? So,
Don't worry about it.
well,
You did say last time we played that you were going to spend some time actually getting together and healing up. And
Do you
and
need any
spending some
potions?
time.
Are you injured?
I'm actually all right. I'm just a bit concerned. I'm all tapped out on things
Yeah, so
like
am I.
channel positive energy and stuff like that. So I'm all right for a couple of rebuke
yes,
deaths
this is always the end of the game.
where we die.
What have you saved?
I have a bag. I got a potion. I think you got some potions too, don't you?
Oh, yeah, if you want some healing, I've got some healing potions if you want them. Do you want them?
Are they spicy?
No.
I'm all right. I've still got a cure mod.
I've got about 4
And
of
cure
them.
light. I'm all right. I'm good. In fact,
Okay.
you guys should come to me if you need stuff as well. We're all good.
I've got 8 cure moderate wounds
Sweet.
potions.
We're good. We're all good. Famous last words.
And you start moving into Skyreach. The doors open.
Don't just walk in, dive in like you did for that crematorium. That was fun.
Can I summon a tiny creature in someone's mouth?
No.
Are you thinking like Bruce Almighty, monkeys coming out of somebody's ass?
No, I just found I could summon a poisonous frog in their mouth.
And then that's, again, very cool.
Very
Can I just,
cool.
before, just one last little interrupt. It was Barry Pepper who played the scripture-quoting sniper in Saving Private Ryan. So when he's about to shoot somebody, he quotes scripture.
Oh, that's why. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Sorry. Yep.
All right. So the whole purpose of Skyreach is that it's part of the Grand Lodge and it is the most prominent element of it. It can be seen for miles around, but you move into it and the grandioseness of this place is not lost upon you as you move through. There has been a lot of Pathfinder time and effort and money that has been invested into this tower. And you can see the magical parts of it, things floating, but you can also see the signs of battle or tumultuousness that have gone through here because parts of it have already been shattered and broken and vandalized as you start moving through. And you start heading up the grand staircase up into the next of the lower levels. And each of those lower levels contains rooms after rooms. You'll get to rooms that are maybe meeting rooms, or you might get to living quarters, or you might get to other types of rooms as you are moving through. There are quite a few bunches of Pathfinders that are moving through here as well, and you all kind of take up areas and wings as you will of this place. Just make for me a perception check.
It's lit, I take it, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, there's alcohol if you want.
Can't see. I'm behind Tia. She's bloody blocking my view.
15 for Miles.
Mm-hmm.
Reggie's still got lots of tears straining his eyes from all the disaster that preceded this. So, yeah, he only got a 14 on the perception.
Okay.
And Tia's on 17.
Okay. Tia probably, weirdly, it's Tia that's going to recognize this, but starts realizing that you're moving into probably a more arcane wing of the Skyreach Tower. And as the arcane wing comes in, you can see, obviously, this is where wizard classes would happen. It looks a little bit more like Hogwarts, I guess.
Literally going to say exactly that.
Yeah. So, but you can see that there, the dark arts room and the areas of spellcasting. You can see more places where people might be writing scrolls or areas like that. But also, again, signs of rooms that have just been somebody has gone through and just ripped books off shelves as if they are feverishly searching for something. You can also see signs that fires have been lit in some of the rooms, destroying some of them entirely.
Have they gone out? Those fires, or are they still smouldering?
Some of them are smouldering, but they're of probably a point where you don't need to worry about them. Yes, they are still there, but they're not of immediate concern given the nature of what you have. So you think it's like life-threatening at this point in time. And you start moving to a more luxurious area. And as you start going through, you can see some living quarters, some more well-appointed meeting rooms, maybe a little dining room with stuff that goes on the outside of it. And you get into probably an area that would be resolved. Like if it was Hogwarts, it would be Dumbledore's quarters.
Okay.
So the equivalent of that, the headmaster's room, if you will.
The dean.
And you start moving up into that room. You see an office that's quite well appointed as well. The desk.
Does this look like it's been
the desk has been
rifled through?
flipped over. Things have been smashed. You also see a blood stain on the floor here.
Fresh.
And you can see drag marks moving into a room adjacent.
Come, there is a person been taken. Let us save them.
Righto, let's do it.
Tia's going to follow the blood marks.
Mm-hmm.
Leading the way, as always. Shield up, sword out. Sorry. Blastword sword in hand. No shield. She is a shield.
I'll follow.
Reggie in hand.
You move through the doorway. The first thing that you see is there is a table at the center of this rectangular room that is completely contained within a rune-inscribed circle that is set into the floor, as if it is supposed to be contained in that rune itself. Atop the table, though, you can see a Kellershite man's body, spread-eagled, blood-stained, At the far end of the chamber, you can see that there is a tapestry that is ragged and hanging, but it's torn down its very center. A peaceful wood with trampled undergrowth is visible through the tear just beyond. So imagine like the tear in the tapestry, you can see straight through it into it, the plain beyond. Even though the tapestry clearly hangs onto a solid wall, and as it sort of moves and flows around, you can see glimpses of this wood that is just on the other side of it. On this side of it, in the same room though, you see an owl creature, winged,
Large, small, medium.
about the same size as perhaps a hawk creature that we may have had in a 5th edition game, a human-sized owl that is humanoid, wings, holding on to some type of scepter that you can see with a holy sign upon it. You also see that what has ripped through the center of this tapestry, probably where the rend has come from, something that you've seen before. A large, white, furred creature with red, malice-filled eyes. Another Yeti has come forth from the tapestry itself. Those of you that are looking at the owl creature, you can just make a knowledge roll to identify.
Knowledge what?
That would be a knowledge planes.
Okay, nope. Not knowledge local.
No.
25 for Miles McCarthy.
And 29 for
Damn it.
Flopsy. Tia doesn't know.
I kind of like how Miles has like this intellect battle going on with.
I don't think Flopsy notices.
No.
Perfect.
No,
It's great.
he doesn't.
It's good.
But
It's good.
in Miles' head, he's like, damn it.
Yeah.
And he's got that kind of like fighting battle going on with you. He's kind of like always a
Very
bridesmaid.
competitive. Right?
Yeah.
Exuberance of youth.
So what you know is that these owl creatures are humanoids. They have sort of the detachment from human nature as owls. They live very reclusively. They're not really part of the main world, and they're very, very rare. Mostly in soaring cliff sides, high mountains, and you know that on a whole, most of these creatures are believed to bring their beliefs through lands, and mostly have a reputation for being quite peaceful, even though they are erudite and aloof. They're scholars, they embrace art, philosophy, and different faiths, but they like to distance themselves from the history that they have had of barbarism and ruin. At one point, they have at the past, maybe now, seek to enslave all lesser races, especially those without wings, to their elitist and cultist nature. So they have been known to be warriors and slave masters in their past, but that it's kind of taken a life of its own. You don't know if that's true, if they're wives' tales or whatnot. So this is what you know of the Syrinx. Well, you also
Syrinx,
know,
did you say?
yeah. It's probably pronounced Syrinx, I would say. I don't really know.
So this thing, does it look like it's supposed to be in this room? Like the room is its room?
No, it looks like it's come out of the tapestry.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so it's not like on a perch. It was already there.
No, it looks like it has got the cold kind of accoutrements of something that would have come from a cold foresty area beyond.
And the Yeti is live.
The Yeti is alive and very, very angry. The Syrinx holds a staff with a symbol on it. Make a knowledge religion.
Oh, come on, Justin. I've got dungeoneering and local. Give me some action. Give me a
cleric.
taste.
Cleric with a no knowledge religion.
Oh, I actually don't have knowledge religion. Whoops.
Flopsy gets a 15 on knowledge religion.
Flopsy recognizes the red pentagram that is held upon the staff of the Syrinx as the symbol of Asmodeus,
Oh, great.
the demon lord, the evil horned one.
Looks like that Syrinx worships Asmodeus. Not sure that's got good intentions.
Yes.
Would sense motive at this point be, or have we got to get some dialogue going with it first?
What do you mean sense motive?
Well, can we sense its intent?
Its intent through the bloody hands and the knife at its throat is to drag a dead body and put it upon the table in front of it. You can even hear as you walk in them saying things like, "Our jailer is dead. The pathfinders shall find ruin."
Sweet. I didn't even have to roll. How good is that?
But they turn and they look at you.
Hello.
Initiatives.
Oh, I need different dice.
Yeah.
Reggie's really struggling with the events of the day so far. He comes in with an 11 for initiative.
Oh, an 11 from Reg. What about Miles?
18 for Miles.
Flopsy?
8.
TR?
13.
Oh, very nice.
Well, we know what's coming here, don't we?
Do you?
I think I do. I would say go for the Yeti. Probably more chance of success there, right?
Not last time. Last time I had a
True.
freaking ridiculous one.
True.
No, knowing Justin though, he's found another creature that's immune to sleep.
It's almost like he wants to take wants to yuck on your
I
young.
don't find them. They just exist. They just happen by. The Yeti notice you first, and with animal-like instincts, you can see it sniffing around. It turns to the door as you guys walk in, and it launches its malice-filled gaze upon each of you as it does its frightful gaze. All creatures within 30 feet that are in this range must succeed on a will save or stand paralyzed in fear for 1 round. So everybody make a save.
Well, that's the time to get double digits at least. Well, Reg stands there and thinks, I know what these guys are about. I think I've got this covered. 25 on the will save.
Well
Pause
done.
for a second. That's different. So you remember when Miles got done? That was for a minute. This one says only a round. Interesting. Very different. So, anyway.
It's a lesser Yeti.
Yeah, maybe. A little yet.
It's not yet.
Close. It was close. It was almost there. Keep workshopping that one. That'll come good sometime.
We are on tonight. Reg, what did you get?
Reg, knowing full well what these things are about, managed to get a 25.
You are fine. What about you, Flopsy?
Flopsy's on a 17.
You are also fine. Miles, you failed this last time and probably something that you're shitting your boots about.
13.
Oh, no.
And Tia.
Tia,
Don't worry about
using
it.
her +1 versus fear, is a 15.
That's
So,
cute.
you know, the good thing is that we have Miles once again.
Lindsay, I'm a little bit concerned that your character sheet's upside down.
Yeah, I know. It works. I can just do that.
So, Lindsay, last time we faced a Yeti, you had the moment where you didn't roll very well, right?
Correct.
And you were affected. So, guess what the DC of the will save is?
Probably 14.
It's 13.
Oh, makes it.
You just passed this. You feel a moment of fear come over you, and then all of a sudden you're like, no, not this time, Yeti, not this time. And you feel a sense of courage running down your leg and forming a puddle in your shoe.
Says, you're not yet, Yeti. Oh, see, there you go. I workshop that, eh?
That was built upon the failure of the one that came before it, to be fair.
It's all in the delivery.
It's all in the reflexes. I'm assuming that in your party order, that you moved into the room with probably some of the more combative
Tia was up
creatures
front.
first,
Flopsy.
and then Flopsy is at the back. That puts me at a moment where I don't know where Reg and Miles sit when you talk about marching order. Who would be in front?
So Reg,
as of
I
the two
would
of
have
you?
been. I would have liked to have gone behind here.
Yeah, that's fine. I can go. I can
Yeah,
take
that's
the
the idea to be
that
flanking,
is
yeah,
actually
yeah.
how I assumed it, but I just wanted to
Yep.
make sure that it goes. This creature moves straight up to within 10 feet of both Reg and Tia, who have moved into the room, and it has reach upon them because you've seen its long arms that reach its knees. Its claws, as sharp as iron and razors, reaches out for each of you, but only attacks one, even though it's got 2 claws.
Oh,
Tia, you're going to cop this.
Oh, fuck. I saw that.
cop that.
So these lovely dice that I got from the D&D figures has an and in place of a 20.
Can you hide that dice tray from me? Because I don't like this experience.
I don't know that this is actually going to get through. So Tia, you haven't acted yet. And in the rules of Pathfinder, you are denied your dex before you act.
Oh, no.
That's for a surprise round, though. This isn't a surprise, is it?
No, it's at any time combat is initiated and you do not. So if you get the upper hand, you get sneak attack on anyone that you move
If you're just at the
beforehand.
top of the train.
Yep.
That's why you want like
Yep.
improved initiative and
Yeah,
stuff.
that's right. So it is going to be a 15 to hit you.
Without her dexterity, she's at 18.
So
Whoa.
it does not crit, but it's still a
Shit.
hit. It's like a Guy Sebastian song. Not a crit, it's still a hit.
Fuck. It's right. Do something about this because he's rolling max on everything. I keep catching it. Stop.
Yeah, but if he
Jeremy.
rolls max on the save, I can't do nothing
10
about
points
it.
of physical damage and another 4 points of cold damage reach into Tia as a rend comes through. You see that the creature itself again, just spittle flying out of its mouth as it screams at you Wampa style. The next character to go is Miles. What are you going to do?
Miles is going to look at the Yeti and he's going to be like, Jinxeray, misfortune. Will save, please.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that is not a great roll. That is a natural 2, and I believe fails.
So disadvantage on it all attacks.
Okay.
And then he's going to cackle manically.
All right.
That's
Which,
his turn.
Nice
which
work.
then leads us to Tia. Tia, how are you going to riposte out of this wonderful attack that you
Tia
have been
just got a
subject
big
to?
white paw across the face,
Mhm.
and she kind of just wipes the blood off her mouth, looks back at him and goes,
She's still got a mouth?
oh yeah, oh yeah. Ah, it is time for a bit of fun. And she will attack back with a power attack.
You-
She just steps in, right up, and hits with a 25 to hit.
A 25 is definitely going to hit.
She just swings a sword back over her shoulder and smacks it at shoulder height, like up and into its shoulder for 18 points of damage.
Just like
Oh.
felling a tree.
Oh,
Reggie's
Your
feeling
friend
somewhat
was
redundant.
cut in half last time I did this. You shall not live.
now I forgot to do something. And I'm not going to go back and do this, but I forgot that the Yeti was supposed to be cleaving, which is why I mentioned both of you in that, and they got lost in my natural 20.
In
But
your
it's
excitement.
too late now. That it would have had a lovely cleave attack versus Reg had I remembered. But you know, sometimes we win, sometimes.
And
we
this room holds a Yeti quite well. It's not
we are
crouching or
losers.
anything.
No, it's quite large, this room. So the room itself, from the doorway to it's rectangular, about 50 foot wide, about 70 foot long. And it's 20 foot high. So it's quite a large, opulent chamber that was set to be here. And the table with the runes in it has, it's a boardroom, I guess. Maybe the runes are somewhat of a silenced area. Maybe
Yep.
the Decemvirate meets in this very chamber. Who would know? Reg, it's your go.
Okay, Reg, 5 foot's up, right next to the big thing.
Mhm. Tia, you would have had to also 5 foot up.
He did.
I did.
Perfect. I wasn't listening.
And I'm gonna come in low
Mhm.
and sweep the leg.
Is there any other way with Reg?
There is not.
Or is it low for Reg? You're going ankle.
I'm going so low. I'm trying to get my foot underneath the Yeti's foot.
Okay.
Make it feel like it's floating on air.
Give it a hang now.
Does a what would that be? Does a 11 succeed
In
tripping?
so a CM versus its CMD.
Yep.
So you're using your combat maneuver bonus versus its
Correct.
combat maneuver
Correct.
defense,
Correct.
and no, it does not.
Okay, so that is a critical fail.
Oh dear. So that was a natural
I trip
one
then, don't I?
versus a critical
Oh,
fail.
hang on, no. If I'm doing it because I was doing it with the camera,
Mm-hmm.
because it's a weapon, I can
You
just
drop
drop
the
it.
camera.
I just drop
the
it.
camera.
Yeah, I just drop
Yes,
it.
that's right. Otherwise, you would also be subject to being tripped at that point in time. I wonder if you kick yourself in the head if you trip yourself.
With a camera, hopefully not.
No, because you got vicious stomp on the way down.
Oh yeah, I see.
You have to vicious stomp yourself on the way down. And there. And that'll bring us. So, Flopsy, what is your initiative bonus?
+3.
You go next.
Oh. Flopsy just checks the runes to see if he can understand what they might be he can understand magic.
The runes.
Yeah.
At this point in time, you would have to study them for a
Right.
period of time.
But
They're just on the floor.
Yeti crossed over and it
Yeah,
wasn't a problem.
they don't seem to be any magical effect. That's
And we
going
heard them
on.
quite fine. There was no
Yep.
issues.
Nope.
Yep, great. So he's going to pull out some petals from his pouch and start casting a spell.
Mhm.
That's it.
Do you finish casting the spell?
No, not this spell.
Okay. So you begin casting. Wonderful. In the background, you see the owl-like creature open its wings, take to the sky, and moves up about 20 foot above you. You also see that it casts a spell. But that's all it can do this round. Getting us to round number 2 with the Yeti.
Do we know what spell that was?
You are unsure. It
Yeah.
seems to be from the divine range of spells.
Do I know what spell it was?
These are great questions if you want to use the rule sets to ask me that.
I think you could do a spellcraft check to find out what it is. Or a
Yep.
knowledge arcana.
Spellcraft.
Can I make a knowledge spellcraft check?
Yes, you may.
That's a natural 19 on the dice.
Yep, you believe that it has cast some kind of protection spell upon itself.
That was a
So
30.
you get the
Nice.
the distinct idea that it has cast a protection upon itself.
Well, that tower man just protected himself with a spell of some kind.
Well done, Miles. I didn't notice that.
I don't know what it is. I haven't, still
Like
learning.
protection, evil protection stuff.
Yeah,
So
some
are you
sort of
divine in nature?
kind of. I have divine spells.
But not all, like bards aren't, they're arcane spells that cast healing. So just because you cast healing does not make you a divine spellcaster. It should tell you what types of spells that you come from. I like it. But yes, a protection spell. So it takes to the sky, casts a protection spell. The Yeti screams once more. With its 2 claws, it's going to this time use its full power of its attack to try and hit both Tia and the small halfling that is next to it. I remembered this time. The Yeti takes its 2 claws and attempts to rip into Tia first. Doing damage, it's going to try and cleave straight into Reg, who sits alongside Tia.
So with cleave, do you have to be
Hit
successful?
and damage, yes.
Yep.
So that is going to be a 23 to hit Tia with its first of its 2 claws.
And it absolutely smacks Tia for a good hit.
Okay. Secondly,
Did you roll out with disadvantage?
oh, let's try that again. I forgot all about this disadvantage. That is going to be a 20 to hit.
That misses.
Okay. So it misses Tia with the first of its 2 claws. The second of its 2 claws is a natural 1 followed by a natural 19. So it takes the natural 1 and is going to fumble because there is no way that I'm going to roll better than that from doing a disadvantaged roll.
Cleave's a 4-round action. He can't get 2 attacks.
What? No, it's not a full round. It's a standard action. No, you are right, Brett. That's why I could only cleave on the first round because it was a standard action and I fucked it up. So
We'll let you have it this time.
No. By the rules, you don't get that second attack, so you wouldn't fumble.
Okay, so he doesn't fumble. That's very gracious of you. So we're playing rules properly now. So yes, Cleave did not hit because in the first round it would have done it because it was a move, then a standard action. This time it gets its 2 hits. So it was supposed to hit 1 on each of you anyway, but in the first round it only had the hit, and that's why I forgot. And it's all there because there's a lot going on and I'm stupid. So
the only thing that's gone wrong so far is Luke's move.
Yeah. So thank you. It misses. It would have fumbled at that point in time. Just so you know, I rolled the fumble deck. It would have been nauseated, which is a little bit of a bonus, but not a great one in those manners. What are you going to do for yourself there, Miles?
Miles is going to. So how high up is that first?
20 foot.
20 foot. I'm going to try and misfortune that one as well.
Okay. So you try to misfortune the creature. Talk to me about misfortune for a second, because there's a couple of things that are going on in play here.
It's a wisdom saving throw, supernatural ability.
Yep. Versus?
Wisdom.
Yeah, but it's what is the effect of the spell?
You are misfortunate.
Yeah.
The jinx has come upon you.
Yeah. Is it mind affecting is really what I'm trying to figure out here.
No.
So, because there are some things that especially with the spell around protection, that happen around mental kind of things.
It does not say anything about the mind in the whole.
Because it's got like charm, enchantment, charm, compulsion. So it says anything any spell or effect that possesses or exercise mental control over the creature.
Nope.
So what kind of spell does it do?
It doesn't do any spell. It's a supernatural ability.
I think it's a luck thing, Justin.
It's a bad luck
The
charm.
witch can cause a creature within 30 feet to suffer grave misfortune for 1 round.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime the creature makes an ability check, attack roll, saving throw, or skill check, it must roll twice and take the worst result.
Okay. So it's just a bubble of luck
Yep.
that happens around it. So that is a 16.
Meets it, beats it.
Okay. It would have been a 20 with all of its bonuses versus mind affecting.
And then I cackle, extending the misfortunes on the Yeti further.
Perfect. Okay. That brings us down to Tia.
Tia pulls back her sword and says, this is a good game. Come, let us keep going. Fucking hell. 23 to hit on the Yeti.
Yeah, that's definitely going to hit.
Only 14 points of damage on this one.
Only.
As the sword comes from the groin up on this slice.
You see a rend come through it from groin into its abdomen, blood gushing forward, but the creature stays upright.
It is fun, no?
Reginald.
Okay, Reg now shaking himself out of his self-pity is going to flurry. He's going to smack the Yeti straight in the kneecap for the first blow, hoping to weak its leg to then trip for the second on the flurry.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one goes wide considerably with a 9 to punch.
Too much fur on that knee.
And then coming in with the trip for a 23 on CMB.
A 23 is going to just beat its CMD.
Oh, cool. So as he goes down then, vicious stomp.
Mm-hmm.
So as he's going down, he's going to stamp on the knee now as it's going down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what is that? Okay. Sorry, my eyes are getting really bad. For a, what are we, 21 to hit.
21 is definitely going to beat a creature with no armor class.
Okay.
Well, no, nothing but its natural armor.
For 4 points of damage.
Oh, Reg, what is going on here?
Tia slicing and dicing, feeling somewhat inadequate.
Wow.
Be careful you
Good
don't
hit, Holy One.
Yeah, that is a great hit. Flopsy, you are next.
Careful you don't what?
I just can picture him like you cutting it and him stomping down, getting his foot stuck.
I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
Flopsy finishes casting his spell, and in the 10-foot radius behind the Yeti, as he drops some petals to the floor, a sleep spell goes off. That's a will save, my friend.
Mhm.
And he is empowering it with his arcane reservoir
Ooh.
to increase the hit dice. Is it more than 4 hit dice?
Yes.
Doesn't work.
So your sleep spell goes off 10-foot radius or 10-foot
10-foot radius burst. So
10-foot radius?
10
burst?
foot behind it. If it can get the other creature, it will, but aiming for the Yeti.
Yeah, no, the other creature is going to be because
Given
it's
it's up
20
in the
foot
air?
up. Yeah.
Yeah, and Flopsy was like, I don't know how to cast this up in the air like that, so Yeti gets it.
He doesn't know how to draw triangles.
Yep. So the Yeti does just, you see the Yeti just kind of blink a little bit and moves forward. Frost coming off of its maw as it once again roars, a bit of blood.
It's on the floor.
So that's the end of the round. Flopsy still gets another turn, right? Or does that take this whole turn up?
What do you mean?
Because it's a full round
Or
cast.
was that a full round cast?
Yeah.
So yes, you finish the casting and now you have your turn.
Sweet.
Wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's not 5e.
Flopsy's going to pull a flask out of his, they's. Flopsy's going to pull a flask from his bandolier and drink one of his alchemical reagents.
Ooh,
Reggie was
wonderful.
about to shout duck.
Wonderful. Stop or I'll shoot.
Yeah.
Okay, so Flopsy pulls that. You going to do anything else? You got probably a move action.
He'll pull a bomb out, get ready.
Okay, bomb hits.
The flask he drunk has TS written on it.
Oh, okay. TS. The creature in the sky. You see, it does something with its hands again, and a second version of it seems to pop up in the sky right next to it, as if a mirror image has been cast. Otherwise, it just stays afloat in the sky, stays flying in the air, circling above you. And that'll bring us to the next round. So this is round number 3. What are you going to do there, Yeti man? I don't know what's happening. So the Yeti is pretty fucking dumb. Let's have a look at its intelligence. Would a Yeti, so this is what I'm grappling with right now. Would a Yeti know, don't stand up and attack it from the ground, or just stand up? So Yetis don't know about combat tactics, is what's in my mind.
Animalistic urge
So
would
it
be
just
surely to get...
stands the fuck up and it provokes the attacks of opportunity. We're going to start with Tia. Because I know what you're going to do, Reg. Actually, no.
I don't know that I am going to do it, you know.
Let's see if Reg does
No,
it.
do it
Because that's unfair. Just you two need to roll an initiative. Roll an initiative off, because technically Tia's got him on the initiative roll. But the reason why I say this is because if Reg is successful in tripping, Tia gets +2 to hit.
Okay.
Initiative 16.
2.
Okay, Reg, you do go first.
Oh, gosh.
I knew it would.
Well,
No,
in 5.
pressure.
Yeah.
That's a 17 on the trip.
Versus CMD.
Yeah.
That is not going to happen at
Oh,
all,
not enough.
Reg.
I mean, it is a big creature, isn't it?
Yeah. So so it begins to stand up. What are you going to do, Tia?
Well, its head seems to be at just the right height for a downward crushing blow at 28 to hit.
28 slices it deeply.
16 points of damage on that one, please.
I've been doing Pilates and yoga lately because I've decided that being able to move as an elderly person is really important. and
It's an
stuff.
elderly person.
Yeah. Well, as I become an elderly person, so getting that. And part of that this week at Pilates was I was asked to stand up from the floor without using my hands, right? I did it successfully. There were 3 times in the class where we were asked to do this. Successfully the first 2 times. The second time, my knee went, no, thank you. And I went down. I assume that is something as what Tia sees, because this creature attempts to stand up, not using its hands because it wants to do the attacks against her, but stands up and gets cut down from shoulder all the way down, Wampa style. Its arm falls off and it falls to the floor, twitching in a pool of its own blood, not being able to move ever.
I've just realised I've been underplaying mine. I haven't been giving it the power attack, so there would have been 18 more points of damage across those 3 hits.
Oh, beautiful. I too had
Right,
some
that's,
power attack in my world
A
that
leveling
I
cleric then
had
next time.
forgotten.
My days are
What's
down.
your power attack at? +6?
What do you mean?
What's the negative
I
bonus?
don't get a negative on the first hit because of
No, but what's your base attack?
my melee base attack is +9.
No,
Oh,
what's your base
hang on.
attack bonus? Is what determines your power attack.
+4.
+4. So it's -2 +4.
Yeah, but on my first hit,
Yeah,
I don't take a negative because of.
Yeah. No, I was just
feat.
comparing power attack spots right there. So the Yeti tries to stand up. It falls to the floor dismally, leaving one opponent left in the room. But that opponent is circling the light of the room like a moth.
Can
Miles.
Tia move in? No,
Tia's
that was
not,
an attack
yeah,
opportunity.
It's not
Sorry.
Tia's go yet. Miles, what are you going to do?
Miles is going to go in and try and sleep strike
Mm-hmm.
as he throws a punch at the. Well, it's not sleep strike because it's ranged. Ghost fist of sleepiness. Actually, you need a will save. That's what I need to do.
A will save, don't you? You don't have to hit, do you?
No, I don't.
Now, again, we come across, is this the same type of thing?
It doesn't. I've read it. It doesn't say anything.
Okay. That is a natural 18,
You win this round, Birdman.
Owlman. It's a hoot.
And I don't have a bonus action to do, so I'm going to just move into. Is there any cover in the room?
It's a pretty open area. It's a boardroom.
It's a dead Yeti if you want to get into
boardroom?
that.
Yeah, think of it's got a table in the middle of it. It's like a meeting room. So not
Yeah,
really,
so it'll be
there's-
chairs. So
There's chairs and a table. if
hide
you
behind a
wanna-
chair.
Okay, so you move and duck behind a chair.
Yep.
Okay.
Spreading out a little bit, so if it's going to try and rain any death upon us, we're not
Yep.
all clumped up.
And that brings us down to Tia. What are you going to do?
Tia will spit on the Yeti and then move directly underneath the owl. She doesn't think she'll be able to reach it, does she?
No, it's 20 foot in the sky.
He's 20 foot up.
Yep.
She's about to move and then she reconsiders and she pulls a potion off her belt.
Okay, pulling the potion off her belt. Tia, Reginald, what are you going to do? It's even higher for Reginald.
Yeah, Reggie's just going to ready an action and then hope when she comes down to do something, I can just grab it.
Mm-hmm. So Reginald's holding.
Yep.
Yep. And that brings us to Flopsy. What are you going to do there, Flopsy? What you got versus a flying creature?
Flopsy moves forward and throws a bomb.
Oh, okay. See what it's like when you have to verse a flying creature? It sucks.
Is it?
Fucking flying creatures.
So Flopsy had previously drunk a True Strike potion,
Yep.
TS,
Mm-hmm.
which gives him some bonuses to...
It doesn't give him, well, it gives him +20 to his attack.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm just doing that math.
Legit, does it give him
Yeah.
plus
Yeah.
20?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah.
It means that you most likely hit the next attack that you have.
36 to hit. He moves forward and then throws.
Yep, definitely going to hit on a 36.
Which image?
This is there are a couple of things in play here. Flopsy, what is your alignment first?
Chaotic neutral.
Okay, good.
Could you have
Now-
guessed that?
Yeah, I did. Could you please roll a D4 on a 1 and a 2? It's going to hit an image.
It's a 2.
Okay, it hits the image. The image pops away.
How many images are there?
There was just 2 of them.
Okay.
So leaving one behind. Does it explode?
Splash damage?
Yeah.
So all the other images...
Is it an area of effect?
No, it hits and then explodes. So if it hits, it does
Yep.
a certain amount of damage, and then
Yep.
everything in 5 foot takes
Yep,
damage.
definitely splash damage.
So
comes
all
into
the other
effect.
images pop out?
So yeah, there's only one image.
Ah, right.
So one other image. It was a 50-50 chance.
And then he just takes minimum damage from the bomb, which is 7 points of damage.
Okay, 7 points of damage starts hitting the creature itself. You can see its wings catch on fire a little bit and it starts smoking as it goes. Imagine a fighter jet that's on fire, just moving around. It's a bit like that. That comes down to its go. What are you going to do for yourself now, my friend?
Die.
You can see the large owl's eyes move. The slits close for a second as if it is in some kind of concentration. It falls a moment as its wings stop. And you can see it cast something through its beak. A wave of negative energy rips straight from it, encapsulating all of you in the room. Everybody make a will save for me, please.
Oh, but I said I moved away from her.
What is this for? What kind of thing is it affecting? Is it fear, an enchantment, a spell
No,
effect?
it is a channel of negative energy.
Oh.
Will save, you say?
A will save. All right, what'd you get?
10.
10?
Reggie got 26.
Reggie. And Flopsy?
Didn't roll Flopsy. I rolled Tia.
Rolling.
Didn't think Flopsy was close enough. Sorry. We'll save 15 for Flopsy.
Yep. And for Tia?
Tia, I've just realised on her dice that she too doesn't have the number 20. She has the Dragon Eye.
Ooh.
And I got a Dragon Eye.
Oh, that's nice. So the only person that is really affected by this, because I believe that it's not even a half thing with channel energy. Can anyone
Save or suck.
let me look that up?
No, I don't think it is. It's not like a fire acid.
We should talk about alignments at some point soon.
Okay.
I don't want to be part of that argument.
No,
between
no.
you and Justin.
It's not an argument. I was curious because like Miles started off as a chaotic good, and now I'd say he's probably more good than chaotic.
So he's a good chaotic then?
I'm just saying
Good.
I'm just saying he's probably changed a bit
Lawful
over the
good?
last. Yeah, I'd say he'd be getting close
Yeah.
because he's gone through a lot of crap over the last.
Or chaotic gooder.
chaotic good.
A wave of negative energy roils through the entire room, filling all corners. No matter where you are, it affects you inside of this room. And fuck me dead, you all take 1 point of damage, even if you saved.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
So save half. So you get half damage if you
Minimum
save
1.
minimum 1. And guess what I rolled?
A 1.
A 1. So you all take 1 point of damage. Okay, number 4. The Yeti is no longer in existence. That brings us to Miles. What are you going to do?
So
Even if the Yeti had stabilised, that would put it back on the dying.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I'm going to use one of my last hexes
Mm-hmm.
that I haven't used on this character.
Mm-hmm.
But can't you hex it for different ability damage and then like different things?
I don't have any of them yet.
What? Every hex you do, you can misfortune for a different, like one's attack.
No,
one's...
misfortune is just disadvantage and everything.
Oh.
I am now, but once it saves from that hex. So I'm going to cast. Oh no, because that won't work until next round. I'm going to pull out my gas bow and take a shot at it.
Okay.
I'll do that.
So you pull your gas bow out.
Could have done with something like that. Smiles out of practice.
Does a 10 hit?
A 10 flies wide and shoots into
Can I
the
have
ceiling.
the misfortune deck, please?
Oh, you have fumbled.
I've jinxed myself.
I hope this goes into the sky and then hits you.
Comes
So
back down.
the right. Second one from the top.
Close to the ear. So the gas bow, you know when you run out of gas with like an airsoft and it goes, that was right next to my ear as I did it,
Mhm.
and it ran out of gas. And I am now deafened until healed.
Oh, that is bad. That is not good at all. Deafened means that you have a chance never to cast spells, my friend. That is bad indeed.
What?
What heals that?
I've
Any
written it
healing.
down.
Any healing? Oh, okay.
No, I've written it. Well, I don't know. I've written down what it said on the card.
Tia. Unless, Miles, you're going to move.
No, I popped out, shot my bow back down under my arrow.
So the owls come down to height then, right?
No, the owl is 20 foot on the ceiling.
Oh, it's still at 20
it's
foot.
flying around.
I
No,
thought you said
30
it-
foot radius to...
Okay.
Yeah, that was flavor text.
Excellent. So Tia drinks her potion.
Mm-hmm.
It's a potion of enlarge person.
Okay.
So she gets to double her height, which is
Mhm.
now 12, 13 and a half foot,
Mm-hmm.
and four times her
Mhm.
weight, 8 times her weight, 8 times her weight, which
Yep.
is 8 times 400 pounds.
We
Yep.
wouldn't know that because we never ask a lady their weight.
That's right.
Yep.
But I'm assuming now she has, if she moves forward, enough capacity to reach this owl in the
Does
sky.
she have reach? Because she's still like...
She's
you
got
have to
10-foot
be-
reach. She
you have
turns into a large
10-foot
creature.
reach.
10-foot reach.
Yep.
and she is 12 foot
You know I
high.
hate playing these games.
I'm just trying to get some way for it.
Can she reach to 20 foot above her, though? Like the 20 foot is where the owl is. So you know I hate these maths games when people play, she's now 12 foot by there. That means that she encapsulates a 15-foot square.
This is the whole thing, though, about Pathfinder, right?
Mhm.
Isn't
What?
this the whole thing about Pathfinder is you've got these things right in front of you. He's 20 foot in the air, height plus 10 feet. He can hit.
That's why I said she's 12 foot tall, 10
Mm-hmm.
foot reach. She should be able to hit.
Yep. I told you to do the maths. I'm not
did.
doing it. I
I did.
refused.
That's why
Maths is in.
I drank the potion.
Yeah.
But drink and move.
Okay. So you drink and you move right up to the creature itself. Reginald.
Reggie's going to pick up his camera off the floor that he dropped earlier.
Yep.
And sorry, so where's the owl? It's
20
come
foot
down-
in the
20
sky.
foot in the sky. Okay.
Directly above Tia.
Tia's moved underneath it. All right. So then I'll just wait and see because I can't do anything.
You're going to run up my back?
You know, throw something at it?
Boots of spider
Can I
climb?
do that? Can I acrobatics up you off your shoulders and take a swing at it? Could
No,
I do
because
that?
you don't have a 10-foot reach. She does.
Yeah, but if I run off her back and jump. Okay, cool. All right, whatever.
Again, I don't want to do the maths of this. I don't like it.
So when we say yes, it works, just yes, it works.
So,
So hang on, what happened to just say what you want to do and I'll tell you what you're going to roll?
we're-
Okay, roll it out. Are you going to do it?
No.
because
I
you
was
didn't
just
say, I want to do this.
Okay.
If you had done it, I would have gone through the motion of it.
All
if
right,
you
we
said,
will-
because you
I'll-
said, I'll take an acrobatics check.
Okay, I'll see
And
how
I
he
would have
does.
let you do it. But
All right,
what
I've
you
already-
said to me is, would it work? And I'm like,
I've
I
done
don't-
a move action. That would be a second move action. I wouldn't be able to do anything once a minute. I
don't
need
think you've
to
got
have
the
a full round.
Yeah. I
So
don't think
I'll
you've got
wait.
the movement speed to get up
I know
there.
enough of the rules to know I could do it now.
All right. So are you going to throw anything?
No, I need that thing. I'm going to hit it with it in a minute.
Okay. Then that Flopsy, that is your go.
Flopsy then just pulls another bomb and throws one more time. Ooh, hello, lady. Does a 17 hit?
It strikes true, hitting the creature center space.
Minimum damage, 7 points of damage again with another bomb.
Like a World War II jet plane. The creature catches on fire, falls to the ground in a fiery mess, hitting its head on the floor and breaking its owl-like neck. For some reason, it's turned around looking behind it. But even then, it's turned around again.
It winks.
Its head's upside down now instead of.
It rolled. Just its head rolls along the floor and it lies still on the floor, not moving, smouldering from the flames that have affected it.
Holy One, that man might need healing. As she stands on the owl's face.
And we'll find out whether he does need healing next time we play.
Well, that was cool.
That was really good, guys. Good job.
Howling.
You were yelling. You are.
Howling creatures. Yeah, flying creatures are very interesting when they put them inside. It's like, oh, yeah, I've got a flying creature in a room that's 20 foot high.